Hello guys, I hope you're doing very well today. So long time no see, right? So today I thought I would catch you guys up on what I've been up to while painting, kind of a chatty sort of video. So yeah, actually I sketched 4 portraits to paint and make a video of. I decided to go with 2, and as you can tell from the length of the video, it's turns out to be a right decision. So that means like I have sketches ready for my next video. Anywho guys, I hope you guys been very well. How is 2026? We haven't been chatting lately. Mine have been full of ups and downs, but I got to draw a lot, which is something I am really proud of. Recently I've been doing this 31 days master studies challenge, and that was supposed to happen within 31 days, but that didn't quite go that way. So it's been 2 months already and I still have around 10 left. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really mind the time, but regardless of how much time it's taken, I'm really enjoying copying the masters, mostly all masters. I got to learn so much. I've made around 10 line decor paintings. He's literally my favorite artist of all time, and if I'm being absolutely honest, actually closer to 15 paintings. Some sketches I've discarded, some paintings that just didn't go well. You can probably tell how much I love his style. Every time I see his work, I get completely mesmerized. Ideally, I would love to achieve his level of understanding in terms of shadows, light, and colors. Yeah, about the 10 remaining, I've already finished the sketches. I'm just yet to paint them. And for the remaining of the studies, I'm planning to move past line decor and study some other artists, I started my master study series in the beginning of March. Wait, it's actually been 3 months, right? It's May now. I thought it's 2 when I was writing the script. Good God. I need to stop with my tirade. What was I saying? Wait. So yeah, my target is still to finish the remaining 10 within this month. With all that going on, I haven't been very consistent with YouTube. I haven't been able to record YouTube videos for a while. That's actually a lie, to be honest. I do have videos recorded. I just couldn't quite get myself to edit them. The reason is kind of twofold, to be honest. I really don't have much space on my devices, so the videos are very long, and to process them I need lots of free space, and which I do not have right now. Also, I need to simultaneously edit and record reels, so I've been pushing it off. Yeah, and here we are. I've been focusing a lot on my master series. As I said, I couldn't quite find a good balance between that and YouTube and editing. I also have migraine. I usually am let down for 7 to 10 days, sometimes even 15 during flare-ups, which is obviously very difficult. But I'm really trying to get back into the swing of things and upload more consistently. So yeah, that's what I have been doing in terms of art and stuff. So let me talk a little bit about the drawing that you're seeing on the screen right now. The study I'm working on right now is actually based on one of my favorite reference photos ever. I actually painted the same reference once before, a long time ago. I'll probably put it on the screen. I'm actually really proud how much I improved since then, especially when it comes to values. The first painting I based on this reference is actually also really special to me. At the time, I was kind of trying to break past a lot of constraints that I put on myself creatively, and I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I get a kind of I get stuck on painting for days, weeks, months, and constantly editing and re-editing them. So yeah, so to break past that, I started challenging myself. I was kind of trying to approach paintings in a more fluid way, kind of a 10-minute quick study kind of thing. And honestly, when I painted that, I was kind of making progress, you know. So yeah, this reference photo really holds lots of meaning for me in that regard. I also don't hate the old version either. It's actually significant, as I said. So, but the version you're seeing right now obviously much more detailed, which is to be expected because it took me around like 3-4 hours, I believe. So I feel it is kind of a nice middle ground of my original work and like 10-minute study kind of thing. So yeah, it does when I'm seeing them like side by side, it feels quite apparent, my improvement, which is not something you can notice on day-to-day basis. I think looking back in your old paintings is honestly very important for that reason. It helps you see how far you've come, and it's kind of encouraging in a weird way. Another thing I've noticed how much I've improved in terms of reading values correctly. Before, I used to ignore or oversimplify parts of the image because I was trying to reduce information or make painting easier for myself, because that was the goal at the time. For example, you can see there is this very harsh backlight there from the background. So from the front we have this very diffused light, and there is also a very harsh light from the back which is hitting part of our jaw. I feel like I wasn't able to depict that in my previous rendition, but now I feel way more confident in thinking in terms of values more than the individual features or the localized color itself. I think it is very helpful when approaching a portrait. So I can't tell you how scarce these moments are, because honestly half of the time I feel like I'm getting worse instead of better. These are honestly so many moments during my master's studies where I was questioning whether I'm improving at all, what is the point of anything, especially when I have to restart something. One time I remember I had to start over 8 times. Can you believe it? Fortunately, that's quite rare occurrence these days. Recently, I've embraced this new policy of trying it twice. But it doesn't only happen during the painting phase either. Sometimes I would spend hours sketching, only to just delete it. That actually somehow feels way worse. At least if it happens in the coloring phase, you'd at least have something to show for it, And yeah, it is kind of sometimes is hard to extricate yourself from your art, Also, recently something actually kind of insane happened to me. I accidentally deleted an entire video after spending literally like 2 whole days editing it, and I somehow deleted it. I was so disappointed in myself, honestly. Not only that, it is actually a painting that I made last November, and since I made it a while ago, I felt like I've made a bit of progress. So when I was editing it, I only kept noticing all the things I would do differently, and I've already edited it, deleted, then I had to start over again. Can you believe the pain? I don't like it at all. One of my worst days ever. And also, while editing this video that you're seeing right now, the file got corrupted somehow. Yeah, that was another disaster. That one wasn't really my fault, to be fair. I'm having kind of a storage issues on my devices right now, and I'm also not very good with computers. So yeah, not a good combination it is. Yeah, what was I saying? wait. Yeah, the improvement, yes. Usually I feel that I am not improving at all, but whenever I redraw my old artworks, I suddenly realize like I actually have improved. So if you're going through some kind of a art block or doing stuff creatively, generally one of my biggest recommendation would be to redraw your old artworks. I think sometimes we are so focused on how far we have to still go that we completely forgot to look back and see how far we've come. So, yeah. Anyway, another doubt that have been sitting in the back of my head lately is whether I'm really good at copying. Like, I haven't been doing much of original studies lately. I haven't really made any full original piece in almost a year now, maybe a bit more than that actually. Since I'm nearing the end of my master series, I've been feeling a little bit confused about where to go from here. I kept thinking like, what if I don't know how to make my original work anymore? What if I'm just only good at copying? I don't know. It's just sometimes this kind of thoughts just creeps in and makes me very agitated. At the same time, I'm kind of looking forward to finishing my series because there is definitely a sense of accomplishment touch to it, and honestly that feels really nice. And I'm really proud that I stay committed to something that for this long, After finishing the series, I'm thinking I'm probably going to take it a little bit easy for a few days then and figure out what to do next. I also wanted to talk a little bit about the second reference photo as well. I actually saw it on Pinterest. Honestly, the moment I saw it, I just knew I wanted to draw it. I have to draw it. It's so gorgeous. I really love how intense the light and shadow is. Especially love her features. As I said, I've sketched 4 portraits for this video. All of them are based on the most gorgeous photos ever. And honestly, it really feels nice to step out of my master series and just do something different. I've been so deep into copying that it's kind of refreshing, I also have literally thousands of reference photos saved. Whenever I'm bored, I would end up going on Pinterest and scrolling for ages. I really collect way more references than I could realistically ever draw. Sometimes I look through my saved folders and I won't even remember why I saved half of them. But it generally gives me so much pleasure to look through images and imagine my one perfect painting I would make of it someday. But that said, I don't really fully love how the second portrait turned out, to be honest. I feel like I didn't handle the eyes very well, so there's that. So to be perfectly honest, I've been having a bit of a crisis in terms of drawing eyes in general. Before I used to draw them much bigger, way more stylized. Now that I'm trying to lean slightly more towards realistic, I generally don't fully know how to approach them anymore. I'm kind of in the in-between awkward phase stylistically. I guess I need to just explore more, kind of have to draw through it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, anyway, outside the art talk, I've been mostly trying to keep my days very quiet. Also, I'm trying to manage my migraine way more seriously now because over the last few years it has gotten quite severe. So what I usually used to do was to just work through them anyway, mostly writing on painkillers and forcing myself to continue as usual, only to end up in failing at everything I would try to do. But recently I've been reading up on migraine and the chronic flares and how genuinely debilitating it can be, which I of course knew. But I feel like I needed a little bit of external validation. And I also realized that I probably need to stop endlessly forcing myself through things, which does sound like a no-brainer, but it's actually very hard to put into practice. So yeah, now I'm trying to manage it more proactively instead of reacting. taking medication properly, planning around flare-ups, and resting more, things like that, And honestly, it's really helping, which is really nice, right? I also still need to sort out the storage situation on my devices. I honestly probably should have thought more carefully about it when I bought my iPad and stuff, but at the time I didn't think it that far ahead. So now we are facing the consequences, apparently. So yeah, that's another thing that's been on my mind. Also, this is actually very completely unrelated. Due to the storage issue, I had to delete a bunch of things, including my favorite game of all time, Genshin Impact, which really made me quite sad, to be honest. It is one of the first game I properly got into, and I've been playing it consistently for around 3 years now. And I haven't ever been a huge gamer. I've actually always been kind of bad at games, but I got really attached to Genshin over time. Or is it Genshin? Genshin over time. I think partially because of the nostalgia. Because I had to delete it for the storage, I haven't been able to play it for a month, in 40 days maybe, which is probably the longest break I've taken from it in years. It sounds so silly saying it out loud, but I really do miss it. So yeah, maybe once everything stops exploding around me technologically, I can reinstall it again and play, Also, do you guys notice how the video temperature keeps changing sometimes? Or like one moment the footage looks super warm and yellow, suddenly turns into a very cool tone for no reason at all. I genuinely have no idea what's going on here. I tried correcting it. Turns out it's really very difficult to fix once it's shifting, once it's done in the recording phase. I genuinely wish there was some like a automatic button, kind of auto adjustment kind of thing, but it really honestly drove me to the peak of insanity while editing, and it is still not perfect, but I hope it's not very distracting for you. I think it's probably some kind of auto adjustment thing on my phone camera. I tried to do the locking exposure thing that how you have on your phone, right? But it still kept happening. Usually it doesn't bother me that much, but I don't know why it was happening so aggressively this time. It actually did happen one time before when I was recording my Skillshare class. Back then I used Filmic Pro. I think that really solved the issue in most part. So I probably need to start using it again. Yeah, I haven't really figured out what to do and why it's happening. So if the footage randomly changes temperature throughout the video, just know I'm suffering behind the scene trying to fix it. At this point, you guys, I'm honestly rambling. If you're still listening to all this, I guess you probably don't mind it too much, would you? But yeah, the point being, my main goal this month is to finish remaining of the studies in my master's series. I also want to edit and post another video. I think a video is already recorded. I need to edit it, so I hope I can get that edited as well. And yeah, about the series, honestly, I'm really very excited moving forward from Lion Decker studies and explore some other O masters as well. I already have a bunch of studies lined up actually. As I said, I've got all the sketches ready. There is one specific painting and a specific sketch I'm really absolutely excited about. It's a copy of painting by Franz Xavier Winterhalter. And I really love how that sketch turned out. I think I'll probably record it tomorrow, but I'm really excited about that one. I cannot really wait to start painting it. I also have some Gibson girls, which I'm really excited about as well. And please do wish me well, because honestly, I really need it at this point because I kind of feel rusty because I haven't really drawn much this month outside of the painting that you're seeing right now. And every single time I've taken a slightly longer break from painting, I suddenly feel like I've forgotten how to draw completely, and my brush strokes feel very less confident. I kind of hesitate way more, kind of nervous all around, which is funny because logically I understand is not really how skill works, but I cannot help but feel that. And I feel like it's just my skills to randomly disappears overnight sometimes. But yeah, so wish me well, But regardless, I'm really excited about these upcoming studies. I really shouldn't be too excited, to be honest, because whenever I get excited about things, I think those really turn out well. But we'll see, right? So yeah, that's basically everything that's been up with me. I think tomorrow I can finally finish editing this video and get the voiceover edited as well, which is honestly the hardest part for me because I genuinely hate listening to my own voice, and editing my own voiceover is actually a psychological warfare for me. But yeah, thank you if you're still listening to this somehow and are trying to listen to what I've been rambling about all this time. I feel like this voiceover is way more chaotic than I originally intended, and I really appreciate you sticking around, And also do let me know about the portraits, how you think they turned out. I'm actually pretty satisfied with those, apart from the eyes of the second portrait, and I kinda, messed it up a little. But aside from that, I really genuinely enjoyed painting these. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I hope you felt the process very calming. I also hope I was able to give you a little bit of company while you're doing something in the background, I guess, working, studying. So yeah, anyway, that's all for now, you guys. I do hope you have a great day ahead, and if you made it this far, thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.